lot of people, quite frankly, are waking up to the fact that parenthood is not all that it's cracked up to be, and that there are a lot of regretful parents out there that really wish they could turn the clock back and start over and do what they actually wanted to do with their life. And because of this, there is so much hatred and divide amongst the parent category and the child-free category. And it's really sad. It's really disheartening, because I think having critical thinking, independent thinking is really important for us all to understand one another, to have nuanced perspective, to be able to have conversations that are really meaningful. And in order to have those conversations, we need to open the door and be non-judgmental towards those who believe differently. I am making this video as a follow-up to my previous child-free by choice video, why women are not having children. I was surprised at how many views and engagement and comments that video got. And over the past months since I recorded that video a year ago, the growth of the child-free by choice movement has, expanded in huge ways. Like even just this Reddit thread that I'm going to mention today in today's video, it's just so many people are waking up. If you're new around here, hey, I'm Helena, and I make videos on whatever I want to talk about. And today's video, we're making a follow-up video to my previous videos on child-free by choice. If you don't know me, I have been desiring to be child-free by choice since I was a kid, a teenager. And when I met my husband 10 years ago, we both decided we were going to be child-free by choice. And we talk about it every year. And yep, we haven't changed our minds. As so many people like to say that 30-year-olds change their minds. Nope, haven't changed around here. So let's talk about this nagging question, this elephant in the room. We can all feel it. We all sense it. We all know what this is about, the debate movement going on, taking down those who are child-free by choice, condemning those who desire not to have children, their selfishness, their greed. The media loves to poke fun at people who are child-free by choice, but I want to talk about why this possibly could be the case. Parenthood regret. It's more common than you think. It's more common than you would expect. But you know what? Women aren't talking about it. People aren't talking about it. Why? Because they're afraid of being shamed. As human beings, we are social creatures. We are designed biologically to desire human acceptance, love and acceptance by the group. We are social creatures. And the biggest fear, one of the biggest fears that humans have, is to be rejected and unaccepted for who we are, to be unaccepted for our authentic self, to be rejected by being truthful, by communicating our truth. We're afraid of being ostracized. I've noticed that it's often the child-free communities that are most accepting and least judgmental of both camps, both sides. And it's often the parenting side, especially the religious side, that's often condemning and ostracizing and judging the child-free group. Why is that? Isn't that interesting? Isn't that something to think about and study? And after a lot of contemplating and kind of watching how both sides interact with each other, I've realized it really boils down to one thing: regret. I recently was going around on Reddit. If you don't know what Reddit is, it's a forum where everyone can go in their communities and talk about things freely. And there is a subreddit that I recently found a couple days ago called Regretful Parents. Regretful Parents. There is a comment here that I think perfectly encapsulates why those who are parents and regret being parents, why they love to condemn those who are child-free, who make these choices to be free in their thoughts, in their thinking, in their independence, in their living their lives for themselves, their communities, society at large. This person, shout out to whoever this person was, no username here, but definitely gotta shout them out. This Redditor says, in their mind, your choice to not have kids invalidates their choice to have kids. They have followed the standard expectations in society. And when they see someone else deviate from those expectations, those roles, the status quo, the national dream, the path, their mind is forced to reckon with the decisions that they've made. Why did I have kids? Am I happy? What if I hadn't? where would I be? Who would I be if I didn't have kids? It's easier for them to shame someone for causing them this existential crisis than it is for them to actually address any of these questions. And the reality is that there's nothing they can do to change their choices. So why not try to exert some control over yours? Ooh, that is so good. I wish this person did not delete their account or their username, because you should write a blog. I mean, this person should be a blogger, magazine writer, or something, because this is exactly what I have been sensing but couldn't quite put into words as articulately, as elegantly as this Redditor. Because that's it, right? When we see people who are living the dream, who are living lives that make us question if we made the right choices for ourselves, who would I be? What kind of person would I be if I didn't have kids? What could I have contributed? How could I have given more? How could I have been more present, enjoyed life more, loved my partner more? Imagine all the things we could have done if we hadn't sacrificed, because that's what parenthood is. It's a sacrifice. If we hadn't sacrificed our time, our energy, our space, our quiet time, the mental capacity in our brain to do more, to show up more, to be who we authentically are, who would we have been? This existential crisis that so many people have when they hit their 40s and their 50s, because they realize, I gave everything to my kids. What did I do for me? What did I do for my marriage? What did I do for my community? What did I do to impact other people, my friends, my family, my communities? Humanitarian work, contribution. Imagine all the time you could have had to devote your life to all these different things. But no, a lot of it was given to a child who may or may not even like you in your adult years, to be honest. The amount of people who have kids who don't actually want to be parents, but did it because of societal pressure from their mother, pressure from their peers, pressure from their husband. Let's talk about the spousal pressure that is placed on women. If we took the choice for ourselves to decide how we want to live our lives, who would we become? If we eliminated that pressure, imagine how authentic and true we would be to ourselves. So yeah, it boils down to one thing, regret. I make this video not to persuade you to be child-free by choice, not at all. I will never make content. I don't personally like the dinks content of like dual income, no kids, here's how fabulous my life is without children. I don't believe in that, because truth be told, there's a ton of people who love being parents. To each their own, live and let live. And I'm personally fired up about this topic because the amount of women, the amount of mothers that I've met in my own personal life who have confided in me and said, was it worth it? No. I regret having children. I regret becoming a parent. And if I could do it all over again, I would. The amount of people who I have met who have told me that in confidence, it is sad. It is an utter calamity. It is a travesty that so many women feel this way, and yet it's not being talked about. We're not seeing it in media. We're not seeing influencers and big people talking about this. They're just sharing their life and saying how wonderful it is to be a parent, but what about the other side of things? What about those who deeply regret and are so unhappy? What about them? They need a voice too. It's important to talk about these things because, to be quite honest, a lot of this is not discussed in mainstream media. We're just being shown the highlight reel of parenting on social media and influencer Instagram pages and mommy blogs. We're just being shown this dream, this path being laid before us of what could happen if you have kids. Oh, you'll be loved, you'll be appreciated. You'll have someone to take care of you when you're in your old age. Wouldn't you regret that? Wouldn't you regret not doing that, not having that support, that security in a child to take care of you? And to those who believe that, that is a big assumption. You have no idea where that child will live in life or even if they'll want to be part of your life. Too many people are having kids that don't actually want to be parents. And you know who's suffering the most from that? The children. The kids are the ones that are suffering from this. And it's just this ongoing cycle, this thread of the circle of life, of continuing abuse and neglect and depression and unhappiness. We're just passing it down to our children. Cycle repeats until we have that person in the cycle who actually gets up and says, is it actually worth it? Is this actually what I want? We finally have someone who's authentic enough to break the cycle. And there's a lot of people doing that right now. In fact, the child-free by choice movement is growing, and it's increasing, and it's getting louder, and I, for one, am here for it. I'm just over here on the internet, just sharing this one idea. Really think about the consequences, the ramifications of having children. What does that mean for you? Because honestly, after reading this subreddit the other day, it breaks my heart that so many people wish they could turn back time, wish they could go back and not have their child and live the life that they dreamed of. And you guys know that my messaging here on YouTube, on Instagram at Ms. Helena Woods, definitely go follow me over there if you haven't already, but it's to inspire you to create a magical life in places you love, to lead from your heart, to romanticize your life, and to create magic. And for a lot of us, that can be having children and becoming parents. But also for a lot of us, we have not been raised as children to think about the options. The options. Do I actually want to become a parent? Do I actually want to devote the rest of my life, not 18 years, the rest of my life here on earth to a child, to raising another human, to bringing another human into this world? Do I want to carry that responsibility? I don't think a lot of us think about that. I think a lot of us think about having kids because we're on social media, we're on TikTok, we're on YouTube, we're watching these movies. We see people, everyone around us, our friends, our family, our peers, our classmates growing up, they're all having kids. And we're like, gosh, I gotta get the next musical chair before all the musical chairs are taken, right? It's like a game of musical chairs. Time is ticking, and so we start feeling that pressure. That pressure that we need to do it too, because what if we regret it? What if we regret not having the child to help us in our older age? That's a big thing. A lot of people desire to have kids, not because they actually want to have kids, but because they want someone to take care of them in their older age. I know plenty of people like this. As you know, my partner and I have 10 years. My husband, we are proudly child-free by choice. And if you ever would like to see a video where he talks about it from his perspective, I'm happy to make a video on that and talk more about our mutual decision. Obviously, I'm more comfortable being in front of the camera. My husband is more of a behind-the-scenes guy, but I'm open to asking him if it's something of interest to you. Let me know down below in the comments your guys' thoughts on this. What do you think is the reason that so many people shame those who are child-free by choice? Why is there so much condemnation from those who are parents to reproduce, that those who are child-free by choice are selfish, that they can only think about themselves, that they don't think about giving back to humanity or to the world? Like, that's a whole nother concept, a whole nother video topic that's so bizarre. I mean, can't we give in other ways? Isn't there more ways to contribute to the world? And who says that just by being ourselves, we are enough, that our purpose is in just living and being here on this planet? Isn't that enough? Yeah, we are enough. We do not need to reproduce to have any worth or value or to contribute anything to this world or society. And yeah, I'm so fired up by this topic. I'm happy to make more videos if this is something of interest to you. Let me know down below in the comments. I'd love to see your guys' thoughts and conversations down below. Both sides. I'm open to hearing both sides. You know, the amazing thing about my community on my other channel, Astrocartography with Helena, you can check out my political predictions using astrology on the other channel. But the thing I'm really proud about with my communities is there is so much nuance. I have people on both sides of all the spectrums, and I really love that. And I really really appreciate that, because we need more independent thinking, critical thought, and logically being able to see multiple sides of any issue. We need more of that in this divisive world. Just unplugging from the matrix, unplugging from mass media and hysteria, and starting to see all sides of any situation. We need more of that critical thinking. And I'd love to hear from you guys down below in the comments, your conversations, your thoughts. If you are kind of anti-child free by choice, if you do feel like that movement is not healthy, I would love to hear from you. Why do you think that is? Tell me more about your story and your thoughts and what your observations are. This is a community, and I would love to hear multiple sides of all the perspectives. So definitely comment down below, subscribe, and hit that notification bell if you haven't already, and check out my Authentic Living playlist for more videos like this. I hope all that said, I feel like I've gotten everything I've needed to say. MG gut response out. Have a magical day, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.